Today we're driving through Newport. This is the new shopping development they put in, Friars Walk. I think a few of the shops have already left actually, it's only been there a couple of years, but I'll be honest, I don't think it was helped by the pandemic. A lot of people moan. They say that Newport's not a great place and whatnot, and I suppose it's not perfect, like anywhere. I think with sales from the internet now, and then we had the pandemic, I don't think it makes it particularly easy for people. But this here is the sort of riverfront development, I suppose. This has been going on for years now. Because what you've got here on the left is the university. I think that's University of South Wales. That's one of their buildings. They got them dotted all over the place up in Glamorgan as well. You've got the old Newport Leisure Centre over there. Place where I used to go swimming all the time as a child. Then all this is new. This used to be all scrap sites when I was a kid. You had cars piled high there. I used to clamber up on the top for my Austin Metro if I wanted a new car part, a door handle or a door mirror. Literally all this here. They were stacked about 10 cars high, and you could go in, you take your spanners, you'd climb right to the top, you'd take the part you wanted, you went back and the guy would say, oh, call it £5. God, I remember doing that a few times. You can see that's kind of, you know, the leftovers of one of the old scrappies that they haven't built on. But we got this new development here. I say new. A few bikers there out for a nice Sunday ride. I'm not. I'm off to the shop sadly because I don't get that luxury. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to drive through this development for you, okay? Now my mates used to live down here. God, when it was built about 12 years ago. No, 14 years ago. I'm getting old now. And all this used to be a site called Black Clawson. It was, I'm not entirely sure what they did, something, you know, some sort of industrial site. And now they've got all these houses, and I guess I'm that age now where I've seen a change. Generations go by, say it's not like it was in my day, but I mean, to be fair, compared to what it was, I suppose it is a lot better. I just think some of these estates, they don't build the infrastructure right. They've only just got around to doing this now. They've got this Blind Wharf pub. They've just built this Costa Coffee. They say that's a zero emissions or carbon neutral build. I can't really see how a drive through where you've got cars sat all day every day outside is carbon neutral, but there we go. I think people make this nonsense up these days to be able to get these things passed through, and everyone feels what's the word, I suppose it justifies them going there because they think they're doing the right thing, but deep down we all know we're not. Like me, riding this motorbike, I suppose I'm causing a problem, aren't I? Charging batteries on my GoPro, that's a more carbon footprint. They've only just built all this stuff here, Blind Wharf. Well, Blind Wharf was done a few years ago, the Costa was literally last year, but for years this was all sort of empty, and they build these houses and these flats, and I just think they go hell for leather building them, and there's no infrastructure like when we were young. There's no place for shops, there's nothing like that, so everyone's still got to travel to the local school, they've got to travel to the, I say the local shops, they're not local, are they? That's where they're travelling, but that's my point. Is what you end up with, from my experience on this estate, is there's a lot of old people that have bought them probably because it's a nice little place by the river to go and walk your dog, and then the rest of the estate are rentals. People have bought them up as investments. You've got students, you've got youngsters that can't afford their own house. They're all living en masse, and some of them just live like pigs. I've seen it down there. When my partner was pregnant with my second child, I used to go down there with my daughter while she was having her appointments during COVID because I couldn't go in the hospital, so I'd take her out on a bike, and the state on some of that down there was absolutely appalling. People just chuck their litter outside. There'd be people having parties, they'd obviously gone through the night and they're still going. I don't mean to sound old, I'm all for people having a laugh and a bit of fun, but I mean, you're on what's supposed to be a residential estate, and there's people down there next morning doing what the hell they want, and the litter's ever, there's seagulls coming down eating all the food they lobbed out the window. But you can see here's a river husk. Oh, there's a lot of volunteers out there litter picking, either that or community service, I'm not sure. You can see the river husk there. Almost a high tide today, looking lovely, and to be fair, they have made an effort. You've got these cycle paths all the way down there now, so you can go all the way down one side of the river and back up the other, and it is being used. And whatever anyone says about all this, a lot of people criticise, but I personally think it's a good thing. I can't see that you can complain that they've done up an old derelict industrial area that no one can get access to, with oil in the ground, all sorts of crap, and they've supposedly improved the land. Whether they have or not, I don't know. But you've got somewhere that people can go and use now, and hopefully that sort of reduces a bit of crime and whatnot, antisocial behaviour. The only problem is, I don't think it does. You haven't got the police on the street, so I go down there now. Again, I go with my daughter riding the bike. She went in one day, smashed glass. There was some homeless guy lying on the bench. Now, I'm not saying, you know, oust the homeless guy, but at the same time, why haven't we got something in place for these people? You know, we got a brand new place, some lovely new benches, and we got some crackheads sat on a bench, you know, and my daughter saying, why is the man lying on there? And you're thinking, well, you know, this is the real world, this is what can happen. I don't want to shelter her from that, but at the same time, I went down there so I could have a nice view of the river, and there's some guy there, high on crack, piss all over him, smashed glass everywhere, so I got to get her back out there so she doesn't blink and fall on the glass. You know, and this is just how it is, unfortunately. So, I've actually just driven you past Newport. I'm on the other side, we're going to Spytty Retail Park. I've actually just got to go and buy a bit of loungewear. I actually bought myself some the other day. It doesn't fit quite how I wanted it to, so I'm just popping back to the shop to do an exchange, because I do like to doss around in my loungewear. I'm not a very trendy guy, as most of you have probably noticed on my other channel, Pouse Around the House. I wear clothes from about 25 years ago. And now you've got all these fashion designers saying that they're all trending with their new, you know, use vintage clothes, keep your clothes and use them again like it's some new thing. Flipping heck, I can show you stuff that I've had for 25 years. Am I proud of it? Yes, I am. Holes, paint stains, don't care. Wear them in the garden, lovely. Back in the days when they made clothes properly. Now I sound old. Yeah, so this is Newport Retail, Spytty Retail Park, I think they call it. So you've got a few, you've got Nissan, got Peugeot over the other side there, and Citroen, Home Bargains, Inflate, that's a place where people can basically bounce around kids' parties. JD Gyms, and then if we go down here, oh, you've got Hyundai on the left, you've got a big Tesco Extra. Well, you can see on the sign there all the things they got now. We'll go round and have a look, because I've got to go round the roundabout now. Oh, I better stop for this guy. I've got to be careful while I'm talking to you lot, I'm not concentrating. Here we go, we're going this way. And you can have a little look what's around. Cafe Nero, Food Warehouse, Tape Carpets, New Look, M&S, House to Live In, Boots. I think that was a Tupi. Is it? The holiday thing? Can't remember what it's called now. Costa, another Costa, everywhere, taking over. Capitalism. Gonna wait then or not? See, he wasn't watching, was he? And I got him on camera as well, that's the beauty. Probably why he stopped actually, because I got him on camera. There we go, lovely. Right, see you in a bit. Again, not successful, but I've taken something back, got my money back. Now I can order the right size online anyway, with a little spot of discount. So, and what's interesting is how many people come out and eat with two young kids. This is alien to me. Look at it, just people just enjoying themselves, having a bite to eat. I mean, it's nice to see, to be honest with you. There's the river over there. There's a bridge there over to Rodney Parade. That bridge walks you almost into the stadium, which is for Newport County football. I'm not actually a supporter, I'm not a big follower of football anymore, used to be. And the old man was too tight to pay for Sky Sports when it all went over to the Premier League, and I lost touch with it, unfortunately. I should really try and get over there and show you that river. Maybe I'll do that another day. This was just going to be a quick blip. Anyway guys, I'm going to be going in a second, so it was just to say, these are the early days of my channel. I'm going to be doing random stuff like this, just quick motor vlogs wherever I'm going, trying to show you something new, town centres, you know, little places to go, wherever really, just if it takes your interest. Tourist sites. I'm also going to do reviews of my equipment, give you updates on things, whether they, you know, like my GoPro, will it keep working? People have a lot of complaints about these after time, so we'll come back and do second reviews and see how they performed, the clothes I wear. And I'm not a fancy sort of guy, I'm not spending a lot of money. My helmet's sort of, you know, relatively budget. My jacket, I'm always looking for offers. I'll be putting links below to all the things that I use for people, so you can go there and see if you want. But yeah, that's the idea anyway. We're going to be doing some reviews, some vlogs. So I'd really be interested to know what you want to see on the channel. Let me know. Like I said before, this is your channel as well as mine. Even places, if you've got places you want me to see within reason, as long as they're not too far. I'm on a supermoto. I can't be travelling that far on this thing, I get a sore bum. So let me know and I'll see what I can do, see if I can oblige. Hopefully soon we'll be getting out with my buddy from work, Sam, on his DR400. They're quite evenly matched bikes actually, and he's getting that bored out now, so it might be a bit quicker than mine unfortunately. This is always a touch faster, but oh, I just beat the horn then. What's that all about? I look like one of those middle-aged men that's just got back on a motorbike after 20 years. Well, I'm half of that. I'm the middle-aged man. Luckily I've had the bike for a while.